guys, showtime, straight fitness over here. Size, growth, get big. Alright. So, remember I was telling you the other day, and a lot of these times, when I'm talking to you guys, like I'm talking like loud and stuff, right? And today's like it's a whisper, right? And it's been that way for the last few days. And why is that, guys? Well, because right now it's 5:30 in the morning, okay? And these other times it's been like, this is like the most normal time. When actually people start waking up, right? But I've been doing one of these videos like 11 at night, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, crazy ass times, right? So, I'm telling you, it's you gotta keep your voice down, because, got one kid in that room, the mom and the baby is over in the room over there, right? And we got dogs all over the place, but they don't get upset with the voices. They kind of get excited, but, they're kind of chilling now, so they're going to be, waking them up, let them rest, but that's why I've been keeping so quiet, it's because of that. So, I'm sorry if you got a young fucker with your volume and shit to, be able to hear or not hear or whatever, right? Nice thing is, if you need to put it on mute or turn it down, you don't have to do much, right? It's already pretty quiet, so you can get completely silent, or even a little bit lower than what it is right now, which is a small turn of the button, right? So, but yeah, that video I did, I said before I went into that whole spiel, and then forgot, and then said goodbye, right? I never got back to the initial point, which is something I had heard, and you guys, I don't want you to freak out about this, because I'm sure it's not true, okay? The guy that told me this is kind of nuts, right? But it's one of those things where you start thinking, man, what if it's true, It's just like it trips you out. So supposedly, okay, this guy's like a passionate Jesus freak, right? So he reads like every single word of the Bible. And I already have a problem with it, because you get so many hardcore people that are very passionate about Christ. I mean, you've gone to a lot of their services and stuff, and this person over here says this thing, and this person over here says that thing, and sometimes it's just based off their own interpretation of what they read in the Bible. They say they're reading it literally, and then you got other people that read it just all kinds of different ways, and break it down into the different languages and all the different backings behind the meaning, right? And they say this is literal and this is what it means, and they tell you the whole history, because they know all the history by heart from the last 5 million years of religion, right? BC, before they were thinking about BC, AD and all that other stuff, right? And so before and after death, and before there was a birth, and before they were thinking about having a birth, and then the whole thing about there's never a beginning and a never an end, that's kind of weird, right? How can you never start? You just got to start somewhere. You would think you just keep going back. Well, how far back can you go? That's the thing. Our finite minds cannot penetrate that infinite and see what it's hard to fathom. There's no beginning. It's like, wait a minute, and yet there's no end either. Wait a minute, right? And it makes sense. We thought the Earth was flat. It made sense. We found out it was round. It tripped us out, but through science we can understand it. Maybe that's how time is. It was a loop. I don't fucking know. I don't know nothing about nothing, man. I'd rather just not think about it, go through life, and then I'll worry about, is there a heaven, is there a hell, is there a purgatory, what does it all mean, who qualifies, who doesn't. But if what I heard is true, then freaking a lot of us are going to go into, on a waiting list, or in a purgatory, or in the ground, just because, unless hell's a lot bigger. Because if what this crazy guy told me is true, there's no way I'm going to fucking heaven, right? I'm a good guy, but I'm not perfect, right? I know there's only one perfect person that's ever walked the earth, and that was Jesus. Hung him on a tree, right? But there's Christians that don't judge. I don't judge either, but they don't judge. They don't curse. Okay, I lost there. They don't swear. They never harm a human being ever. unless I have to, but if, if it's an accident, they hurt one of my members of my family or something, something personal, it's just business, I would have to peel back the skin a little bit and, chop off the head and throw that in the park and then throw the body in the river and, it is what it is, right? You gotta do that kind of stuff. And, actually you would want to take the head and throw that down the stairs of the stadium steps, right? And the body you would throw in the park or in the river, right? And you just make a statement, you just don't mess with people's families, right? And I've got a code, no women or children. So, unless they were doing that to, women and children in my family, I'm not going after theirs, right? But if they did enough damage, if it's just one or two people, but they made an overstatement, it wasn't like a mercy kill, they really fucked them up and tortured them and stuff first, then you take out that person, you take out their dad, their grandpa, their uncle, their cousin, any male heirs, any generation, 18 and up, kill them all, right? And if they're even in a different country, you go locate every single one of them, just like Man of Fire, right? Denzel Washington found every one of those motherfuckers. It is what it is. You can't be weak in life where people will exploit you. People think that, if you tolerate in relationships and stuff like that, that you're a weak person, right? If you're a woman and this guy's slapping you around, or he's treating you bad and all this stuff, it's that you're weak. No, you're actually strong. Especially if you're in love with the guy and he's got some good qualities to him, which if he's smacking you around, unless you're just a bitch from, freaking sun up to sundown, which still doesn't give him the right to hit you, but believe me, it's hard not to in that case, because that's disrespectful, right? Not saying that yelling at somebody is disrespectful, is you get upset once in a while, but just to be a bully and fucking run your mouth, just to run your mouth every freaking waking hour of the day, that's bullshit, right? That's overkill, my opinion, right? Which doesn't count, but like I said, I got my own code, and I'm just gonna sit there and take it anyways. So, whether you agree with me or not, it is what it is, right? But okay, so here's what it's supposed to be, right? So heaven, I guess, is just the size of Australia. That's it. So there's billions and billions of people in the world, right? Several hundred or million people die, every day or week or whatever it is, right? Yeah. So how the billions of people that have died, you don't think Australia's taken up yet? Of course it is, right? So how are we gonna fucking fit? So I don't know. We got these souls that float. I don't know. It's I could care less right now, because like I said, I've got my doubts about getting in there anyways. I think I'm probably already kind of, it's good I've got some experiences in prison as a corrections officer, because that's probably what they'll have me do, is fucking go down there and freaking pitchfork and, get some of those guys out of pocket that are trying to, escape, but they're pedophiles or whatever. But, who knows? You might even save some of those weirdos if they, I don't know, I don't even like to think like that, man. It's just like, how can you give anybody like that a pass unless they're, I don't know, I don't know. Let's shut that off, okay? Let's think about something positive here. Like I said, nobody's done nothing to me. It don't matter anyways, right? I'm a really nice guy, so get that out of your head that I'm this freaking monster, because I'm not, right? Super nice guy. I don't think I've ever hurt anybody in my life, right? I don't think. That's my story, I'm sticking to it. And if I did, they deserved it, so it doesn't count, right? Yeah, so that was my deal. That was my deal, and what is it, forgive, not forgive, and it just drives me nuts on how some people are so speak with such clarity. That it says in the Bible that you're homosexual, you're going to hell. But they've had fucking non-protected sex multiple times with multiple women out of wedlock. Well, the Lord forgave me for that. I can forgive you, and you can't forgive that, right? And I agree with you. He probably did make it for, man to be with women, and that's it. And I'm totally cool with those rules because that's, anything else would be the wrong plumbing, for me. But I'm not gonna judge somebody else, you know. And I have had issues because because I'm a nice guy and I'm understanding people's relationships and friendships and lifestyles. That because I understand that I understand, I don't know. Did I fucking say that? Especially if I go out of my way to tell people I do not like men. I like women, and I'm very clear on that. And they still want to make a. Come on, man, you fucking stupid. Did you not hear? You fucking moron, right? Dang, you be fucking kidding me. That kind of shit pisses me off, right? And now I understand what women go through. It's bullshit, right? If you freaking are very clear, if you're being stupid and you're freaking mixing signals, you ain't saying nothing, come on, get some balls. I know you're a woman, so test on fortitude. Some of you are men that freaking some of you fucking get too big of balls and fucking fuck the guy up. And in my opinion, you don't need to take it there. If he's a snitch, you're going to jail. But fuck, I don't blame you. I have to hold myself back, when that shit happens too. But I mean, like happens all the time. Maybe a couple times in my entire life where people have freaking, made an unwanted advance. Most people know better, right? And then they get all butthurt, big freaky eyes and everything. Like, how could you? I throw them across the room. Are you fucking kidding me? That's the stupidest. How am I gonna throw you across the room? You fucking tried to grope me, you stupid motherfucker. When I told you I don't like men, god dang. That just gets me worked up. I can't, just ignorant fucking people when you tell them the fucking truth, and they don't fucking listen. Because that's what puts people 6 feet under the ground. But I'm a nice guy, see? But they don't. And that's the kind of thing that gets. I'm going to explain this to the because I'm kind of a liberal at heart too, to a certain extent. I do live a little bit more conservatively than liberally, but I'm pretty fucking liberal too, right? So I do not, agree with a lot of issues on either side. There's certain things that I'll agree more with the liberals on, and other things I'll agree more with the fucking right-wing Bible thumpers, right? And I'm just kidding. There's a lot of really passionate people that aren't they're very passionate. Don't get me wrong, but I fucking love that. It's when they get too judgy to where that turns scary in a second, right? That's when they fucking start burning people at the stake and fucking Puritan stalks and Spanish Inquisition. I mean, Crusades. I mean, you want to go on and on and on. It's we've killed more people in the name of religion and turned it evil in the name of God, in the name of Jesus. And you love God, and that's great. Okay, you believe in my God. Oh, really? You don't? Boom, you're fucking dead, right? Come on, man. This is what gets people in trouble. These are the kinds of people that fuck it up for everybody else. Why can't we take drugs? Because stupid motherfuckers do stupid shit on drugs, so they ban them, right? They're walking around like this. They can't hold a job. Either don't do the fucking drugs, or if you do the drugs, do them responsibly, and do them off the clock, and don't fucking work drunk and high and all this other bullshit, right? If you got a job that tests for drugs, you don't take the drugs, right? Because you'll flunk the test, stupid. It's a fucking no-brainer. God dang. So that's why they took away our fucking constitutional right to self-medicate, which pisses me off, especially when I get a fucking knee blown out and need fucking medication for that, and the fucking doctors would give it to you a little bit more of an extension, but they can't because the law says, well, the fuck the law, because those guys didn't have medicine in fucking 1926 when they were elected to the Senate and the House. These motherfuckers, right? They didn't even have aspirin back then. Come on, man. That was when you bit on a stick and freaking they amputated your leg if you got a bullet in you, right? Because they didn't have any anesthesia. They didn't have any morphine. They didn't have heroin. They didn't have anything for Oxy or fucking Hydro, they have nothing. Bite on the stick, motherfucker. Suck on this vodka, tequila. I probably didn't have that back then. It was probably just that moonshine shit. Man, so that's why we can't take drugs, okay? Why can't we fucking pray in public? Why can't we do these phenomenal things and demonstrate our religion and wear turnips if we're Muslim, or you know, pray in public if we're Christian? Because we got motherfuckers blowing up abortion clinics. We've got people picketing all over the place against these fucking, you know, XXX bookstores that are private and quiet anyways. And people trying to tiptoe in there and they're fucking, in the name of Jesus, get out of here. Fuck, right? God dang. We ain't gonna fucking knock your door down if you're fucking, you know, yanking it to a video or something in your privacy of your own home. So get the fuck out of here, right? Damn, it's too overboard. You wanna share shit with people? You got a rapport with me, I'll listen to you. I may or may not agree with me, but don't get pissed off if I don't agree, right? But I'll fucking listen to you. This is the right thing to do because da-da-da-da. And I may even agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you, but right now I'm not ready to go down that path. Maybe later, you know, I'll listen. From that one conversation we had, but don't cram nothing down my throat because I'm going to do the opposite. That's what people don't realize too. The more you try to force people, the more they're going to try to go boop 180 and get away from you. They'll see you coming towards you. They'll bolt the other way, right? You run people off, okay? Yeah, be careful with that. Now, I did have one guy that I didn't understand at first. I really liked him. He was a great guy. He was nice. We got along great. We had a great rapport. But for some reason, he never bothered me, even though he always talked about Jesus, and he got on a lot of people's nerves, especially when he was doing a lot of work. But I liked talking to the guy about it, you know? He was passionate about it. He wasn't passing judgment on me. And then I shared that with him, you know, how I don't like to be judged. I don't want nothing crammed down my throat, and that's why a lot of times, basically what I told you guys, right? And he said, this made a lot of sense to me. He said, well, you're my friend, and if I felt like, you know, you just told me you don't want me telling you you're going to go to hell and this and that, I haven't seen any, heard anything, seen anything in your lifestyle, even though we could all improve. I don't see anything that puts your soul in jeopardy, right? So he said, I'm not worried about you, but he said, if I was, because you're my friend, I would share that with you if I really felt you're going to be going to hell. And again, you're right, it's not for me to decide. But if I felt you might be going down that path, I'd tell you to pray about it. I would give you my personal opinion. Because if I didn't tell you anything to you, and you ended up going to hell, I would take that personally and be responsible for that. Because I would feel like it was my fault because I could have warned you, and I didn't. You know what? Fucking makes sense. You know, as a prep coach, I get that. I'm like that with my customers, my clients. I will tell them, if you keep doing this, you go down this path, you ain't gonna be a nice 1, 2, 3% body fat on stage. You're gonna be 5 or 6 or 7%. And you know damn well as a bodybuilder, anything over 4.999 is obese. And 4% can be smooth sometimes. If everybody else is 1 to 3%, 3.5, you're at a 4.0, 4.5. You might be too fucking smooth, okay? So you gotta watch it. And I'll fucking warn you about that, right? Here's where you're at. Here's where you need to be. You may or may not win the show, blah, blah, blah. Nothing you don't already fucking know, though, right? But I'm not gonna pass judgment on you and fucking yell at you, you know. The only time I've got popped off at clients before is if they're coming at me when they're fucking being an asshole and asking me what to do. I tell them what to do, they do the opposite, they get pissed off because they're not getting the results. They ain't gonna fly with me. You know what I mean? Take responsibility for your actions. Now, if you do everything right and everything I told you to do, you're still not getting there, well, guess what? Now I've got some work to do. I gotta find it, figure out what to do and fix it, right? That's my job, okay? And that would be not your fault, okay? But don't lie to me either, because then I'm gonna work my ass off to fix it, and I'm giving you the anecdote to not freaking to do this, not do that, whatever, and you fucking doing it, and fucking we change variables all we want. If you're not going to change the variables I give you to change, they ain't changing. Fair enough. That's the deal. So that's my whole spiel there. I really don't care what people's religion or is. And people freak out about Muslims. It's just because a group of religious people do something. And in fact, I don't consider that a Muslim as terrorist, right? And anybody can be a terrorist. You can be a Catholic. You could be a Christian. You could be a fucking Mormon, Seventh Adventist. What other ones are there? Presbyterian, non-denominational, Satanist. What else we got out there? Pagan, Muslim. They're fucking titles, right? Those are the names of certain religions or groups or cults or whatever you happen to be a part of, right? What you believe it is. Some people go, oh, that's a nice religious group over there. That's a cult. Those are Mormons. They don't believe in God, which is completely untrue. Oh, I'm sorry, they don't believe in Jesus. Well, it's not true either. Well, he thinks he's a prophet, not the Son of God. It's not true either. They think he's the Son of God. I've researched a lot of this shit, because I've seen some things and heard some things and go, well, yeah, this guy's got all the, or gal's got all the qualities to, really spiritual life. I like the attitude, the positive energy. This person's fun to be around, and mindset's right. And then you start hearing, what about Satanist and cult, and they'll start hearing all these things, all call out on it, I was just wondering if you believe this, this, and this, and no judgment either way, right? I don't care. I'm just curious. Is what I'm hearing is true? Because this person's not Mormon. He says it's what Mormons believe. What do you believe, right? And some Mormons will believe different shit, just like Christians. You sit there and read a Bible verse. It says, oh yeah, it says if you do this, you ask forgiveness, you don't have to cut your hand off. Somebody else reads it, yep, you gotta cut off your hand and your nuts and your ears and everything, and cut off your legs and arms and throw them in the river. Like everything's going to hell, right? You read the same fucking Bible verse. I don't know, guys. I stay away from the Revelation thing. It scares the fuck out of me. Everything's burning up. You gotta poke out your eyes and throw them in the river, and Jesus coming down on a big white horse, and it's demons coming in a black one, and I don't even know. It's crazy. So I just stay away from that book of Revelation, because everybody's got a different version, right? And they all claim to be doing the same thing. They're all going to meet their maker and all this other stuff. And so you can't read anything but Revelation. Some people tell you just ignore everything else. And then people say, well, just ignore the Old Testament, read the new one. Fuck, I don't know. I get tired of it. All the bickering and the slinging poo back and forth on whose religion is better than what, and just, I'm too old for this shit. A long time ago, told myself I'm gonna treat people the way I want to be treated, and just live life, and enjoy it, and be thankful, because we're gonna be here one day and gone the next, right? So there's no point in taking it for granted. That'd be silly. It'd be wasting up life, right? You live 5 years, you live 20 years, you live 40 years, you live 140 years. Enjoy it the best you can, because it's the only one you got. Short or small. And even life, they say life is short, but it's not really true for a lot of people. Some people it is, right? Because unfortunately they pass away early. But if you're living 50 years or more, 80 years or more, it's not that life's short, or too short, I should say. It's just you're dead for so damn long, right? And unfortunately, if your religion is correct and you have eternal life and all this stuff, and you're lucky enough to make it in a little country, Australia, size heaven, and good for you, But that's just too stressful for me. I don't know if there's any fucking room in there where they can put me in purgatory. They can let me go back in the ground so I can take a nap. Or go chill in some gym somewhere. Well, you make space, fuck. Right, you can send me down the fire. Fucking know my luck. Fucking hell's fucking no ceiling, no fucking all the space in the world, right? It'd be my luck. be fucking infinite in that little tiny heaven, right? You ain't getting there, Showtime. You're too crazy for that. But yeah, I don't know. That's just that's what it's been. People even think I'm kind of going off the deep end. That's kind of why. It's like I thought all this time that maybe God can give me a pass, even though I'm a nice guy. Sometimes people do kind of make me mad, and there's certain things that don't get reported and stuff, and I just you know. But before you get all freaked out, just realize I haven't hurt any women, I haven't hurt any children, okay? So get out of there, I sure as hell ain't gonna do that. So, I didn't harm any women or children. So, again, if I did hurt somebody, which I didn't, that's the story I'm sticking to. You got proof of nothing, okay? It's a bad guy who would have deserved it, okay? Who didn't get anything done to him because I didn't touch nobody, right? I just talk to people, okay? And I stay away from those situations. I don't know nothing about nothing, okay? Yeah, I don't have anything to do with that lifestyle, right? I'm just a bodybuilder. Lift weights and put them down, right? So, other than that, I'm out of here. This has been Showtime. Showtime Shredded Fitness over here. Size, growth,